everyone, it's Emily. I'm back with my handler question and answer. Again, I'm filming this on my GoPro because the questions are on my phone, so sorry about that. But we're just going to get right into it. Okay, so I'm starting at the bottom, and I'm just going to kind of choose the ones that I get most often, or just like random funny ones I see. Okay. Where do you get your good quality leggings? I'm guessing you're referring to the leggings that are usually in like my Instagram stories, and they're actually from Amazon. I think they were like $17 each. I have a couple pairs. I can't really afford Lululemon leggings, so maybe one day, but yeah, it's where they are from. My favorite mascara, I have top 3. I like the Too Faced Better Than Sex, Buxom, Big T's, and Urban Decay's Perversion. That was called? Yeah. Yeah, I really love mascara. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have a younger sister who is 16. She is a junior in high school. How long did it take you to bond with Wesley? So, I didn't actually notice the bond until we came to college, and he was 13 months at that point, and I got him a little over 2 months. I got him at 2 months old. Yeah, so I'm sure we had a bond, but it's definitely gotten a lot stronger since coming to college because there are so many unknowns for Wes, and I really can see now like how he trusts me. Is it hard to take care of Wesley while dealing with a chronic illness? Yes. So even at home it was hard because I had to make sure that I had to get up out of bed, take him for a walk, feed him and everything, but then at college it's even harder because I have to do that on top of all of my own self-care and my social life, and on top of my illnesses here, which get a little bit harder to manage because I'm in a college environment and because stress all around is higher. What did you do when Wesley was first training in public and maybe didn't listen well? In the beginning I got frustrated quite easily, but then Claire advised me that once I get frustrated or if Wes is just not listening, just to stop and leave, and then shorter outings are going to be your best friend. Bring high reward treats, and Wes's vests and everything clearly said in training, so it was expected that he wouldn't be perfect. Favorite and least favorite thing about college so far? So, my favorite thing at college, I would have to say, is the independence. I can do whatever I want. I can go and leave as I please, my room. Yeah, that's my favorite thing. My least favorite thing is probably... my least favorite thing is, this time in the semester where, right now I have... Well, when this goes up, I'll have one more week of classes, but when I'm filming this, it's a Monday, and so I have 2 weeks of classes and then finals, and, we have all of our projects due this week and next week, and, presentations, papers, and then we have finals, so it's really stressful, and that's my least favorite part. Have you ever played any sports? Yes, so I played softball for a really long time. I was on a travel team and everything, but unfortunately I had to get 2 foot surgeries, one year and then the other one the next year, so that set me back a couple years, so I didn't really fit in skill wise with my travel team anymore. And then I tried to play at my high school, but again I was just behind, and by the time I was recovered from my surgeries it was my last year there. I did play field hockey for 2 seasons, I think, and I was a cheerleader for 1 year. Favorite pastimes. I really like to read. I'm a big reader. Fiction is my favorite. Lately I've been getting into, like, poetry books. I don't know. And also books about, like, coming of age novels, including, like, different mental illnesses in them and everything. What are you studying? I am a psychology major, and I'm planning on also minoring in philosophy. What was the hardest thing you learned as a new service dog handler? People are gonna stare, people are gonna judge you online and in real life, but you really have to just not care about what anyone else thinks, and you just have to really internalize that you're doing the best thing for you and your health, and that's the most important. Top 3 favorite Netflix shows. Oh gosh, this always switches. Okay. The Haunting of Hill House. I loved it. I watched it twice already, but trigger warning for that show. Really enjoyed Shameless, Grey's Anatomy, and I watched a bunch of others that I really liked. I think one of them was called The Magicians. That's really good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big Netflix fan, so it's hard to pick favorites. Did you ever think that Wes would wash out? Yes, there are, like, 3 separate times where I was, like, completely certain Wes would wash. And I think that's a very common struggle among service dog handlers, so just know that, like, you're not the only one with that fear. How do you deal with very nosy people? So if it's in person and if someone's like, usually I'll get like, oh, medical alert and response for what? And I just say, like, that's private medical information, and then they usually, like, feel embarrassed. How has my life improved since getting Wes? It's changed. Getting Wes and, like, having him has changed my life a lot. Like, now I'm definitely more responsible because his life is, like, he literally depends on me for everything, and that definitely keeps me on track. It helps, like, me as a person stay on track, like, not sleeping till 3 p.m. and everything, and, like, going to bed at a reasonable time because I know I have to wake up earlier than, like, my friends would because I have to take care of Wes before I go to class. Just last night I had a really bad episode, and I had a similar episode freshman year that actually sent me to the hospital, and with Wes, I obviously didn't go to the hospital, and I also felt safe, and like I was actually on the phone with my parents, and they were kind of instructing me, like, what to do because I was in a daze, and my mom was just like, Emily, put Wes on your chest. And I was like, okay. And because I didn't think it would help, I don't know, like, I know he can help, but in the moment it almost seems, like, bizarre. Like, how can this dog sitting on my chest help me through this? But it works. It worked, as it always does. It really does work. I had him do some tactile stimulation, and yeah, so he really does help me get through my episodes, which is a huge improvement, and that makes me feel safer and stronger throughout every day, because before I was scared of, like, going out to places because what if I have an episode, but I feel much safer now because I know that if it does happen, I have Wes to help me through it. weird question, but how do you stay in good shape? Do you eat healthy, work out a lot? So, body image has always been a difficult subject with me. I did go through phases where I was going to the gym regularly and, like, being really healthy about it, but for the past, like, year and a half to 2 years, I haven't really been able to go to the gym because of some of my conditions. I do go on walks a lot. I think that helps. It just makes me feel better to walk also. I try to eat healthy. It doesn't always happen, as in usually I can eat a whole box of cookies at once, but I mainly try to eat healthy. Yeah, I don't really do anything, but that has pros and cons to it. What's my major and dream job? So as I said, my major is psychology, and my dream job is to be a clinical psychologist in an inpatient setting, and that means I have to go all the way and get my PhD, so fingers crossed for me. Favorite places to visit in New York? So yes, I live in New York, and I also go to school in New York, but in separate in 2 different areas. My favorite place, I don't really have a specific place, but I really like Broadway in the city because I really enjoy going to all the shows. And I would just say, in general, upstate New York is beautiful, and it's so calming for me. So honestly, just go upstate and, like, go apple picking, and you'll have a great time. What's my favorite winter activity? Honestly, the older I get, the more I love going outside at, like, night and just laying in the snow. It's so peaceful and just really grounding. That's what I do. What are some of your favorite hobbies besides Wes? I mentioned this before, but I enjoy reading. I'm a avid Netflix watcher. If anyone has any show recommendations, leave them down below. I really like going on walks at my school because we have, like, woods, but it's been freezing and snowy and muddy, so we haven't gone in a while because then Wes gets all dirty and then I have to take an hour out of my day to wash him. So we stick to drier areas to exercise. My favorite hobbies. I mean, I nap a lot too because napping keeps me, like, alert. I do nap a lot. I don't know if you're shy, but I am. So how do you handle people petting your dog? It was really hard at first because I'm shy until, like, I get to know someone. And so I would feel so bad telling people no, but, like, at one point I just got really, like, fed up with it, and in my head I was like, this is my medical device. Why do people think it's okay to just come up and pet my dog? And so now I just say, like, if someone, like, asks to pet him, I'm like, no, sorry, like, he's working, and then they usually get it. And if they go to pet him, I just say, please don't pet him, and then I try to, like, walk away or move away. How did your friends' family react when you got Wes? Okay, so my parents weren't really on board with it until my doctor, like, directly spoke with them about it. Like, they went to go meet my main doctor without me. And so that's how they got on board. And they were fine. They were just kind of, like, they weren't really educated about service dogs yet. But my parents are really amazing, and they will do anything that has a chance of helping me, and I've been through so many treatments that it was kind of like the last thing we didn't try. So they were really supportive with it too. Yeah. That's my friends. I mean, my family. My friends here knew I was really struggling, obviously, and they knew that I was in the process, and so they were really happy for me. And then they were all, and still all are, so respectful about Wes. And like, a few of my friends still ask me if it's okay to pet him when we're like sitting in my room and he's like running around, like jumping on them and everything, because he's obviously not on duty. And I just, like, they don't have to ask, but they all are so respectful and want to make sure that, like, they're not distracting him, they're not offending me. And I was afraid that some of them wouldn't want to, like, be my friends, or, like, that I wouldn't be able to make new friends because of Wes. But all my friends say that, like, they feel honored to be my friend, especially so, like, with Wes. And, like, I've made new friends this semester, obviously having Wes, which is really comforting. But one thing my friends, anyone who walks with me through campus or like through a store, they all comment on how many people are looking at me always, and like the little comments, like, they're not used to, I am, so I don't realize it really, I don't pay attention, but they're always like, oh my god, like, so many people are looking at us. So I thought that was funny. And then, not really my friends, but like my peers back home from high school and like people I knew, I'm not really close with anyone, but I can assume that they're just kind of curious about it. And I mean, some people may question why I have Wes, but no one's confronted me about it, so yeah. Okay, so that's my handler question and answer. I hope I answered your question. If not, you can always leave it down below. And if I didn't answer your question, it's either because it was about Wes and I just did a service dog question and answer, or it's private information that I don't feel comfortable sharing. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.